Good afternoon and welcome to Milestone Mondays. And today we're visiting my sister Janet Banowetz. She's out there in rural Edna, Kansas, and she's going to share with us today how she reached her milestone of getting her house built so she can get out of a rental home. So good afternoon, Jan.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
All right. So we're
It's
standing
snowing.
outside. It's snowing.
It's snowing.
And we're
We wish
standing
you a
outside
Merry
her.
Christmas.
We're standing outside
We
her house, and this is a 3 bedroom and 2 bath home that they were able to get built. And how did you come across getting the property and all of that? Can you hear me? Did I lose
well,
you?
let me go in the house and I'll tell you all about it.
All right, let's walk inside.
I was showing you the pot man. That's
Oh, yes, she's got a big old pot man out there in the yard. He's made of clay pots. we tease about
And he's the
the
talk
party
of
guard.
town. Yeah, even the delivery drivers get spooked. They think there's a real person.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see?
Yeah, we saw him.
Everything?
Yep.
And you see the house? Brr. It's cold out here. Come on in. Oh, brr.
Well, have a seat and warm up your feet, and let's hear your story.
Okay. As you can see, I'm getting ready for Christmas.
Her home's kind of like an indoor cabin.
Yes. See the wood? And our mother's paintings. Our mother is an artist.
Yes.
And those are the flowers I grew in my garden. Those are the type of flowers I grow in my garden.
And we're talking to her on Wednesday about her gardening. So
yeah,
you'll have to check back on Wednesday for all about that. Yes.
Edna, the town of Edna, we're advertising in the paper that they inherit land from a family, a gentleman who was born and raised, and there used to be a Edna High School here, and he graduated from high school, and when he passed away, he donated land, and the city decided to turn it into lots. And they said, anyone interested in building or putting on has to be a manufactured home. Can't be like a trailer with an outhouse. They didn't want that. In fact, the neighbors not out next door, they had to connect their outhouse to the house so they could follow the rules. Because otherwise they wouldn't accept it, you know.
Yeah.
So, well, laws are going, you know, in the anyway, and they also require you to plant some landscape and trees and some flowers. And when my husband went into the city hall to inquire about it, and they were telling him about the rules, He said, "You haven't met my mother or my mother-in-law or my sister-in-law. That's no problem with the landscaping."
Yes. Her husband's name. Her husband used to be a farmer. So yeah. So Jan's husband's no shy to farming and planting and things like that, is he?
Yeah, he's part of the generation family. So there's a generation farm, and the house is still standing. But at the time, it's about almost 3 years now. There was two of us. One had a manufactured home, and we were building our home. And the lots are free, but long as you build or install. And one bad thing about manufactured home, it was all set to get it, and then they told us the electric company is making you install the electrical poles because it's considered mobile.
Right.
And the electric has to be on the poles, it's more stationary. And one of the gentlemen that was helping install the pole had an accident. And Ray told me, no poles. We're gonna make sure this house is stationary. That was painful. It's like we saw it happen. It's like, oh, that poor guy, and but he's all right. But it's like, we are not gonna do no poles, no factory home.
So then you were approved to get the land, right? And then the building started. You had a crew that helped you that were what, Amish or?
Well, that was the rental house.
That was the rental house.
Hired Amish crew. But these are friends of Ray's that he used to work with. In fact, the foreman and the owner of the construction company lived across the street from us when we lived on the farm before we had that financial problems. But things are better now. And his daughter grew up with my daughter. They were best friends. And then we had another construction crew, Dwayne, he does the cement. So we had someone come in and pour cement, and Ray was able to pitch in and help. And then the crew built this house. And then we also had to sign some forms because this end of town wasn't a neighborhood. The teacher was living across the street, and she's always by herself. And all of a sudden, the side of town became a neighborhood. So we're joining the neighborhood. It's like, hello, neighbors.
Yeah, they spent almost 30 years out on a farm without any neighbors, didn't you?
Over 25 years, yeah.
Yep.
We raised the kids.
Yeah.
And because of loss of jobs, we lost the home and everything. Every time I go to work, something happens.
But now that's why they've reached this milestone of being able to rebuild again and start over and have a home again, get out of the rental house. So it's a big milestone to achieve.
When you get older, you got to have a home. We can't pay the rent, and we lost our jobs. It happened again. And so it's a good thing we have a home. And we're also blessed that Ray's old. It's just a joke, but because of his senior citizen, he gets these monthly checks. I'm too young.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing we do with a senior citizen check is get that mortgage paid, the utilities, and after that,
Yeah.
Thank God you're old,
Right. Now, you had a little bit of a story about getting those wood panels, like the ceiling, when they came in. They did something with the forklift. You had a big obstacle to overcome, didn't you? With the black
Well,
marks and the.
yeah, the wood came in moldy and full of black marks, and the forklift just about had a little oopsie with his swinging. Boy, that is just like, don't drop it on the house. Well, it was the wind, it was blowing, and when you're lifting things with the forklift, you don't lift things when the wind's blowing. It's like, oh, put that down. But yeah, it took a while with the manufacturing, but it takes a process. You have to, before you put it up, sand it down and polish it, and it's quite of a process. Because if you don't have that polyurethane on there, you may get termites.
Yeah.
It's a
Polyurethane.
process. Yeah. But it sure came out really nice. Do you see it up there on the ceiling?
We did a minute ago. Now.
You see the light?
Yeah.
You see it up there?
Well, actually, we see you. You have to turn your phone around.
Well, how's that?
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Now she's got, yeah, it's a real pretty wood. Isn't that native to your area too? Pardon me?
Yellow pine.
Yellow pine. Yes.
Yeah.
So now it looks like a cabin on the inside of the house.
Yeah.
It's a really unique.
Yeah. And we have it all open because of it's easy to get the air circulating. Otherwise, we had to put another unit. So that's why it's all open up there.
So that made it more heat efficient as well.
Yeah. And
especially on days like today, you're out there freezing.
Yeah. And we can turn off the air, and we can turn on the fan and save our utility bills during the summer. We can open the windows, turn on the fan, and it's nice and cool.
Well, that's good.
And we got, we hit the sales and we got appliances that had a little bit of ding or a little bit of scratch, but once you install it, you can't even see it. And
well, that was a good way to save some money to get your appliances in too, wasn't it?
Yeah. Now the refrigerator we had, and the freezer is over 35 years old. We had it since we were married.
We have those things.
Ray grew up with a house on the farm. The electric and everything didn't come in until he was almost graduated high school. And he's so happy he got his own bathroom now. We put in the barn door so he can get a touch of his nostalgic. So there's a barn door, and Ray made that.
Neat.
And there's a lot of things that we did. I help with the walls. And basically, my nickname is Honey, hold this end up. With the signing, and we're all, even Michael and Daniel and Maddie helped with the garage, and we all were pitching in and helping us build. And Now he has his own private bathroom, so he's one happy camper. He grew up with 6 sisters and 2 brothers and shared a bed, and well, he's one happy camper now.
Well, we're getting close. We're getting close to our time on here, so we'll take one last look at her house, and then we're going to join Jan again on Wednesday, and she's going to show us some more about her indoor gardening.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us today, Jan, and we will talk to you again on Wednesday.
Sounds good. Have a good day.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.